Hey, what's up everybody? How is it going? I hope you all are doing well. It's Brandon here from Bricks and Toys. We have a cool video to show you guys today, and it is a Midi-Scale of one of those sets right behind my head there. Today is one of those days where I'm kind of reflecting about life and things, and it's just one of those kind of days. I mean, I did start today off by going to the Skin and Cancer Center. I finally got checked out for some moles, and I don't know if you guys can ever tell, but in my videos, I'm always kind of like rubbing my face a lot in one general area. That's because I had a mole right here on the side of my nose. I had another one someplace else, and today I had those removed for a biopsy, so fingers crossed that they come back benign and not the other thing. I don't want, no. Let's just say they're benign, right? Anyway, with all of that, I'm really happy. It was just like one appointment. The office handled everything so fast. It was awesome. And now I'm back home, and I'm just rethinking of my experience, and I'm just hoping with those results that come back in a couple weeks that I'm all clear. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be clear. But I do have high functioning anxiety, and your mind always thinks, what if, what if, what if? Today is about the Millennium Falcon. Now, you guys have been supporters of the channel for a long time. You guys will know I bought that one back in May 2023. And I got that through a student loan repayment lawsuit, and all the money went towards that. And it's a really awesome set. I always think about it when I see it, and I think, if anything's getting you down in life, fight back. Don't be scared. Fight. Because if you're fighting for the right cause, you likely already have a team behind you, and they are ready to back you. And that's exactly what happened with that. I said no more student loans. I cannot get a career with the classes that I took. And I said, I'm not paying it no more. Screw you guys. I'm done. And that right there, after 4 years of a lawsuit that I magically enrolled in by putting my foot down, I got a little bit of a settlement in, and I was like, Falcon! But now today, we have a new Falcon to build. I really hope it's cool. I mean, like that's like my honest attitude. I'm really hoping that it's really freaking cool. When I did the Falcon, I avoided buying the $160, $70 versions that were out. I think when I started doing Lego in 2023, there was 2 floating around that were retired, almost retired, something like that. And I thought about buying those, but I was like, no, I want the UCS. That's final. That's like if they made a play Death Star. No, I want the 2005. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. That's why I never went out and I experimented with other Falcons. So today is the first time I'm actually experimenting with other Falcons. And honestly, the reason I'm doing it is because I already have the one that I want. It can only get better from here. So let's go back into the other studio and let's start today's video. You know what? While I'm here, let's turn you guys around and let you guys have a quick look at the Lego City. It's been a minute. In case you guys forgot, Bricks and Toys, or if you're new here, has a Lego City. And that is it. Fun fact, if you come over here, I have something really cool coming from the UK for the Orient Express. And here's my UCS sets in case you're new to the channel. They just hide out here in the garage studio. We're back in the main studio. It looks like my mom left me a little bit of a surprise. She just built her first Lego set today, ever. As you guys know, my mom does collect Lego. I have a bunch of her sets all around in the background here. She has more in her room. And today she built the New York postcard. She figured she would start small, which is a really smart way to do things. I showed her a few techniques about stickers, how to use the pry tool. And I also taught her the golden rule when it comes to finishing bags of Lego sets. And that golden rule is, It's okay to have a single of a small piece left behind, but anything more than a 1x1 style piece that's small is a builder error on your part. And when she built it, she had one 1x3 plate. She went back, looked, she found where it went. She has a bunch of tiny little pieces left, exactly what I would expect for a set like this. I loaned her my pry tool. I got like 100 of these things. She kind of scored it up a little bit, so she had a little bit of difficulties, but you know, evidence suggests my mom, she did really good. I looked at the set that she built. Stickers straight, everything straight. Not bad for a 62-year-old woman. I'm very, very proud of my mom for finally building a Lego set. Now I'm trying to get her to build her own flower bouquet, but I do plan on building her own custom vase from one that I found in a Lego store for her birthday. So I'm just going to take this extra book, throw it out. I don't need the extra book. And I'm going to take the extra pieces and just put them away for her. And done deal. So now on to today's build that Smokey here is already investigating. Is the first of what I think is going to be many to come. As you guys can see behind me, I have a whole bunch of helmets. That was something that I think Lego did between 20 and 23 or 21 to 23. Somewhere within those 3 to 4 year ranges. They made a couple every single year until you see the whole collection that I have behind me. A lot of people said after the clone Commander Cody and Captain Rex, there wasn't going to be any more. And here comes March. We didn't get any more. So what's happening? And then we find out we're getting not one, but 3 Midi-Scale ships. So today we have the first of 3. Now, I'm not doing these in set number order. If I do, by accident, it's coincidence. But we have the Midi-Scale Millennium Falcon, 75375 with 921 pieces. A little bit under 1,000 pieces for a Millennium Falcon. From the looks of this set, I would really think that if I didn't already buy the 2017 Millennium Falcon for the UCS version, I might have just settled on this. Now, we have gotten other sets like this. I think in 2020 there was the Nebula. I totally missed that one. That was before my time. And then up here, I got the 40th of Return of the Jedi, the Executor. Those 2 oddballs have led us to this. But just looking at the box, we have a printed 25-year anniversary plaque. That looks really nice. There is something missing on this set that I cannot wait to discuss later in the video with you guys. I really think that this is going to be something else. It is a 18 and older set. I love how everything seems to be a scaled down version of the UCS from 2017. Instead of having several of the blue piping to make the rear thrusters or ion cannons, whatever you want to call it, you have a singular of the same element. You do have random police guns and weird little pieces all over the set, just like you would for the Greebling of the UCS version. It's just all scaled down. I am hoping for a better construction overall of this unit in comparison to the UCS version. The UCS version, if you guys own one, y'all already know, they are a pain in the ass. I moved that one in 5 different locations, and in the last 2 times I moved it, I switched it over to a $35 Chinese knockoff Technic stand. By doing that, it allowed me to cock it up sideways. I had it up over here for a minute. Now it's in its permanent spot in the studio. That's why I showed you when I came out. The thought of me knowing that I'm going to be moving in about 2 years, and that's going to have to get moved, is not fun. As it is, earlier this year or late last year, somewhere in the changeover, I did dust and clean all of that up there, and I just had to slide it forward, clean and slide it back, and it was, ass cheeks were clenched. I mean, the Falcon is just that unsturdy. We are looking at about 5 inches tall and about 9.5 inches long. So maybe the size of a dinner plate. I can definitely dig that. I don't know if you guys know, but George Lucas called this the flying hamburger when he saw the model of it. Now, what I want to do from this point is bring you guys in But before I bring you guys in, I just wanted to state some facts about the set and the designer. If you guys are interested in this set, it will set you back about $85 US. I think it is one of the most expensive out of the 5 new Star Wars sets that we got in March. The most expensive is definitely the R2-D2 at $100, but for the Midi-Scale, this is definitely the most out of those 3. Now, that is only about a 9.2 cents price per piece average, if that actually matters to anybody. The longer I collect Lego, the less that number actually matters, especially after our last build, the Sorting Hat. The last thing I wanted to note about this set, the designer has 2 other sets currently released. His name is Niles or something like that. And he brought us 2 really cool sets last year. One, the N1 Mandalorian Microfighter. And he also brought us the Yoda Starfighter. So why don't you guys come on in here and let's unbox this set. Here we have our box. Usually I would like just to cut this box open, but it is so wide that I'm just going to use the actual provided punch tabs. We got 2 on this one. Box looks pretty mediocrely packed. Let's go ahead, let's do our pour. I see 8, 10 bags. I'm going to say maybe 11 bags, 10. I'm going to go with 10. I'm going to ride with that. So let's go. We have 1. So we do have a loose straw in the box. This is obviously for the rear tail. We'll set that aside. We have 10. We have 3. We have 4. 8. Oh, there's 11. 9. 7. 5. 2. 6. Here's our book. We got those. 7. 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we have 11 bags. What did I settle on, 10 or 11? You guys know because you guys just watched that. Here we have a book. It is a smaller book. Obviously, it has to fit in the box. We do have our QR code for our points. Let's go ahead. Let's dive to the back. So we do have 339 building steps and 178 pages total to make this set. Now, I did not see a sticker sheet, so that means the elements must be printed. I see some printed elements over here. So that is a really good sign that we won't be putting stickers to make the plaque that says the Millennium Falcon or any of that stuff. So that is really good news. Of course, we have some stuff about Han Solo and the Falcon. That's really cool. Some nice reading materials. They do talk about how they're celebrating the 25th anniversary. I mean, if this is how they're starting in March, what are they going to do in May? May is going to be wicked. So on that one, enjoy the campy little time lapse of putting together the Midi-Scale Millennium Falcon. Well, that does it for the time lapse. Now, let's dive in and let's review this set, and we have quite a bit to talk about. So let's dive into the Midi-Scale Millennium Falcon, part of the new Starship Collector series. Let's just start with just going around the general ship. As you guys can see, we have lots of nice greebling all along the edge. Every element of this set is printed, so keep that in mind, even the little side pieces right there. Now, there is no functioning interior, functioning doors. It is just a model. We do have a nice blue pipe to replicate the back thrusters. There is no grate like on the UCS version, but at least they use some of the same type of element from that onto this. We have 6 printed little drain covers right here, making up the back venting on the Millennium Falcon. More greebling, more printed. Then over here, we have the whole front here printed, which is a really nice touch. I would not count them to actually put that much detail in, but they did, so that is really cool. More printed elements and more greebling. We do have the correct radar dish from the original movies, which is awesome. We also have the little shooters down here. Now, we don't have any of the cannons down below, like on the UCS version, because that's where the stand goes into. Overall, there's just a lot of studs. There's little guns. There's little bits and pieces everywhere. They did do their best to replicate as much of the greebling as possible. Again, there is no working functions on this ship. Looking down at the bottom, we can see more exposed studs, some zero negative studs right there. No printed elements on the back half of this at all. So you guys can see there is multiple colored elements to kind of give it some texture. Definitely nothing major at all, except for maybe these little slope vent pieces right there. So they definitely kept the printed elements on the top. There is a little train car greebling piece right there and some ingot tiles as well. The stand is made basically sideways brick technique, which is pretty normal to be expected. It does hold really well onto the stand. The back of the stand is a little unfinished. That's why you only look at it from the front of the stand. The ship is attached basically through the middle, and it is connected by 4 studs, so you can technically carry the stand, or if you want it to be a little risky, you can hold it upside down, as if it's Dairy Queen, but I don't suggest that. We do have a printed element saying the Millennium Falcon. No specs or anything. It's not a UCS set. There's not a whole lot to actually review here. It is perfectly Midi-Scale. It's not a play version. It's not a UCS version. It's somewhere in between. Again, it is 18 and older, as it says on the box. This is beyond expectations, because when you think of a small-scale ship, you think, how are they going to get all the details in? And how many stickers are there going to be? Well, there are no stickers, and there are a ton of printed elements to make the details. Yeah, we don't have that clear front screen here in the front for the pod, but you know what? This printed element is just as cool. And this is 2 different printed pieces to make this front piece. There is the 2x2 round tile and the overall cone up at the top. That printed tile is also reused up here. So some printed pieces are reused, like the 6 back here and the 4 up here. So somewhere buried inside of the Millennium Falcon, either here, or here, is the scene from A New Hope where R2 and C-3PO and Chewbacca are playing. I'm going to insert the little clip that I recorded while building this in right here. And it says, while R2-D2 has the strategic skills to win at the holographic Dergic table, it might be wiser to let Chewbacca win, as Han explains. Droids don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. So that is the Dergic scene somewhere hidden in here. There is another scene buried within here. There is 3 in total. And this one shows Princess Leia with Han and C-3PO. And it's the scene where it says, Sir, I've isolated the reverse power flux coupling. A rare, tender moment between Han Solo and Princess Leia is abruptly interrupted by an excited C-3PO. And then, last but not least, there is a 3rd and final scene in here. Again, I will patch it in. And it says, your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. These look ordinary studded bricks, or if you look closer, they could be Obi-Wan Kenobi training Luke Skywalker in the ways of the Force. So that's a training scene in the ship. Kind of like what we've seen in the Executor with the bounty hunter scene in Darth Vader. We have that with this ship, and that is the interior details that is buried and you cannot see. The last thing I wanted to point out is on the box, it takes the radiator grill off of the side, puts it over here. On the instructions, it tells you to basically leave the brick off to the side and leave the radiator grill in. So which one is it? And more importantly, once you do that, it does look better and display better. And that's what it looks like displayed as if on the box. I don't know why they just don't go ahead and put this on the instructions. But there is one more thing missing, and let me go and show you what that is. So here I have the Millennium Falcon microfighter with Han, and what we're going to do is we're going to salvage this for parts, and we're going to take Han out. put the fighter aside, and this is what's missing from the entire set, everybody. Are you ready? Take off the tile. That's what's missing from the set right there. This set should have had an included minifigure in the stand. How cool would that look on your shelf, on display, with the Han Solo minifigure? We got him with the UCS. We get certain ones with the play scale ships. Why didn't we get him an extra minifigure, especially for $85? It wouldn't cost too much to throw an extra one in. They clearly have a bunch of these in production still, especially with the UCS Falcon. They could have just threw one in this set and completed the whole look. So converting it back to the way that they want it, we'll conclude this video by putting the radiator grill back and Han Solo back in his microfighter, just like that. And we'll leave it the way that they intended. That's it for the review. Now let's hop over and let's do the wrap-up and share some final thoughts about this set. So here we are once again with one of my unconventional opinions. Slap a Han Solo minifigure on this set and sell the Millennium Falcon from 2017. Honestly, why do we need to live in such excess? We don't need to live in excess. We could easily, for 10 times less the money, literally, buy the Midi-Scale Millennium Falcon. Once you actually build the UCS Millennium Falcon, do you move it around? No. Do you open it up? No. You're terrified of it. So it sits. $850 for a set to just sit. For $85, you can have this set, which has really good detailing. Again, it is 18 and older, so that's probably why it has such good detailing. But you can literally pick this up, move this around. I'm comfortable. Here, you want a flying hamburger? It's simple. Like I showed you in the review, I'm not afraid to let it dangle like Dairy Queen. It's so much simpler. The main core of it is brick built. There is very little Technic elements in it throughout this set. And it's just so strong. Everything sandwiches in ingenious of a way. Like, there's a connection point up here, and then once you build the plates, they click in together and they tighten in. So all of the surrounding corners here, minus the actual pod that comes out, is built super strong. It doesn't take up the whole top of a normal size refrigerator. It's so simple. I really, really enjoy this model. The only complaint I had is, why couldn't they just throw in a Han Solo minifigure? I mean, it would not have been that much extra. I know a lot of people in the reviews are talking about it, and they keep going over and over again. But I'm definitely, in the near future, I have about 24 minifigures I want to buy for the Lego City. That's about $240 to buy all those. But once I have all those bought, I'm going to go ahead and buy the Han Solo for myself to put right here. And I'll put 2 radiator grills down here at the bottom to save the original parts. So when it's displayed, it's got a minifigure. I mean, it's only going to be like a $10 upgrade, and it's going to be completely worth it. Now, am I going to sell my UCS Falcon? No, I can't. I want to. I could use the money. But no, the UCS Falcon is going to be here to stay. This one's definitely going to be here in the studio in one of these shelves around me, probably up here behind the camera. I do recommend this set for $85. So with that, I don't have much more to share other than, if you guys want to support the channel, there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1 way is to hit the little thanks button down below. With that, you can leave a little donation for all the Lego around me to get new Lego sets and just to do Lego in general. If that's not really your jam, then you can just hit the subscribe button and follow along with all of the cool Lego things that we're doing here on the channel. As usual, if you guys want to share this video with your friends and like the video, that would be awesome. And also, leave your comments down below. What do you think about it missing a minifigure? Do you think it should have a minifigure? Do you think $85 is an excellent value regardless? I kind of do, but at the same time, minifigure would have been cool. And most importantly, $85 for the Midi-Scale, or even if you have the money, to going 10 times more and getting the UCS version. Which one would you rather have if money is not an object? With that one, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one. Up next, we're going to be doing some Speed Champions. We're going to be reviewing a couple of those sets out of the 4. So we'll see you there.